Okay, you got it, Mr. Letson? Okay, we got it now? Okay. All right, good morning. Thank you guys for being down here. We have, counting today, we have, what, 12 days left of school, 13 days left of school. Hard to believe. This has been kind of a weird year. But we have 13 days left, so we need to make sure that these 13 days go as smoothly as possible. I want you to finish out your 8th grade in a real positive fashion. So we're planning, we still there? Okay, it sounds like it. Can you hear me? Oh, okay. Barely. Okay, there we go. So we want you to finish out your last 13 days in a really good quality fashion. Okay, you guys have worked hard. You're here. If you look around, this is only about half of you. The other half is remote. So we're going to go ahead and record this so the remote students can watch this as well, so they get the information. We're trying to plan a lot of things for fun at the end of the year. Student Council's been working really hard to plan some things, but we have to go over some expectations for the last 2.5 weeks. Okay, so I'm going to have some different people come up here and talk a little bit about what our expectations are to have a successful end of the year. Okay, so I'm going to ask Mr. Gross, our counselor, to come up here, and Mr. Gross is going to talk a little bit about Be the Three.
Thank you, Mr. Belisari. I didn't know I was starting, but cool. Happy Monday, everyone. Good to see you all. Good morning. That was very nice. Thank you. Anyone who knows me knows I love Mondays, so I'm very cheery this morning. It's my favorite day of the week. Just going to talk a little bit about Be the Three. You all know that. Respectful, responsible, reliable. Okay, that hasn't changed, right? That's always been our three since I've been here. This is my 5th year, okay? I've known most of you since 5th grade, okay? Most of you in this room I've known since 5th grade, not all of you, okay? So the thing that's hurt me is the disrespect, right? Let's talk about respectful, okay? Respect means, right, especially in a school, when an adult asks you to do something, you do it. That's respect, right? That's respecting the rules, that's respecting the adults, right? We shouldn't have to ask you 2 or 3 or 4 times to take your hoods or hats off. Come on, guys, you know that. You're 8th graders. You know how to be respectful, all right? And I get it, this has been a weird year. You know, a lot of us are on edge. We might be angry, we might be sad or upset or depressed, and I'm here to talk to you about that. But we got to follow the school rules, okay? Also, being respectful of your teachers when you're in class. Shouldn't be talking when they're giving lessons, right? Having your phones out in class, unless your teacher's giving you that instruction, that shouldn't be happening. You guys understand that? You guys know this stuff, right? This isn't anything new. You know how to be respectful, okay? Responsible. You're responsible for doing your work. You know that. That's your responsibility as students, okay? It's not your teacher's job to give you your work that you're missing, okay? It's your guys' job, okay? Some of you, I see all your grades. You guys don't know that. I can see every single one of your grades. I'm not going to call anybody out. That'd be rude, right? But some people in this room might have 4 or 5 or 6 Fs, right? You're not being responsible students at that point, ladies and gentlemen, all right? You're letting someone else, you know, you're trying to push the responsibility on someone else. It's your responsibility to do well in school. No one else's. No one can do it for you. Okay, it's your responsibility. So if you're happy with those grades, that's fine. That's none of my business. Okay? But your responsibility is to be students and do your work. Now, reliable, that can be a tricky one. Sometimes we don't know what reliable means, right? Being reliable means we can depend on you. We can count on you to be where you're supposed to be at all times, right? Being in class when the bell rings, that's reliability. Not having to worry about where you are, right? That's being reliable, okay? Not having to worry if students are walking off campus, right? That's not being reliable. And that's very dangerous too, because we're responsible for you from the time you walk in this door to the time you leave, right? We're responsible for you. So if you think you can go walk to, Dollar General or Circle K or anything like that, and something were to happen to you, that'd be horrible, right? This is not an open campus. This is a closed campus. You cannot leave campus without permission, okay? So that's what we mean when we talk about reliability. Being where you're supposed to be at all times, right? Being reliable at lunchtime. You can be in the cafeteria. You can be outside. You can be in a teacher's classroom with a pass, right? But don't tell me you're going to get a drink of water and then start wandering the halls. That's not being reliable, ladies and gentlemen, okay? And that's also affecting our trust, which I trust all of you, so don't make me not trust you, okay? Be the 3. Very, very simple. All right? One thing I missed about responsibility and respect, I just want to say one more thing. I'm sorry, Mr. Belisario. Taking care of the school, right, is very, very important. We've had every day last week, there's been someone vandalizing our bathrooms with graffiti, dumping milk on the floor. This is childish behavior. I would expect this from elementary schoolers. Not from 8th graders, okay, not from middle schoolers. There's no reason to do stuff like that. There just isn't. It's dumb. You guys are going to be in high school in 2 months. All right? Like, there's no reason to act this way. Okay? So I trust every single one of you. All right? I'm going to be here to help you guys through the last 2.5 weeks. Okay? But please remember, respectful, responsible, reliable. Please. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Good morning. So this year, we know it's been a strange year, but we've been really lenient with you guys. We're letting you guys have black Levi's, which we're like, okay, it's black. We're going to let that slide, which is all right. But wearing Levi's to school and not a collared shirt, right, is not wearing a uniform. So we you guys in uniform. You guys have been, the last week, have done a pretty good job. A couple weeks ago, it was pretty bad. We're not going to go searching underneath your sweaters, make sure you have a collared shirt, but wear the appropriate pants, please. We don't want to see ripped jeans. Ripped jeans are not appropriate during school time. Okay, like I said, you guys have done a pretty good job. I think once we let you wear the black Levi's, it kind of worked out okay, but we also want to give you some opportunities, like the last day of school before you have, and they're going to talk about this right now. I'm sure your teachers have talked about, you're going to have that fun water day, sports day, whatever you want to call it. That day, it's Tuesday, so it would be 2-4-6. That day, we're letting you have free dress if you bring your school uniform shirt to school and donate it to the school, so that some people next year that might need it. So in other words, that second period, because it's going to be on a Tuesday, so that's going to be 2-4-6, the monitors are going to be going up the hallways and going to the classrooms, so teachers do not, send the students with their collared shirts up to the office. The monitors will go through and verify if you're donating your collared shirt, and if you donate your shirt or even pants that you're not going to wear anymore, or they're too small, if you donate those, then you can have free dress that last day before, of course, the appropriate attire, because then after lunch, you'll have your water sports day. That's when you're going to be changing into the appropriate attire to get wet. So we're asking you to have clothes, regular shoes, older shoes that you can get wet in. We don't want you running around outside in your chanclas or your sandals, because we don't know what's on that field. You can get cut if you're trying to take off your shoes. We're asking you, I know it's difficult, but just find an old pair of shoes that can get wet. Some students might bring an extra pair of shoes to change into afterwards if you don't want to go home wet. That's fine. We'll probably blow the whistle like 10 minutes before the end of the day, so you can come and change if you want to change into some dry clothes. But make sure it's the right attire, all right? So we're not going to have short shorts or anything like that that's inappropriate. Something you can get wet in that you're comfortable in, but you're not showing too much skin either, right, boys and girls? So we're going to be looking for you to do that. But I think the big thing is we are being pretty lenient. We want you to have a fun day that last day. The official last day is Wednesday, by the way, but you guys will be remote, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But we do want you to have some fun, so we're being lenient, but at the same time, we're hoping that you come to school, not with ripped jeans that last day. Hopefully you come to school with a pair of pants or a shirt that you can donate, so you can have free dress that day, and that also helps the school out, because we keep everything in the nurse's office. It also helps students that maybe can't afford some uniform shirts next year, and so you guys are helping out the school, other students, and at the same time, you'll be able to have a free dress. So hopefully that will continue to do that. We got 12 more days left. Continue to wear your uniforms to school. No Levi's, Andrew, and no, and please start trying to wear your collared shirts. Okay, thank you.
Okay, and a couple things to add up. One thing Mr. Gross was talking about your grades, making sure your grades are there. You guys are heading to high school next year. All the sports are going to be wide open next year. We're going to be able to have sports. But they're going to take your grades from the end of middle school to decide if you can play those first season sports. So you need to make sure that you have your grades up and don't come the last day and say, Miss Hunter over there, what do I have to do to get my grade up? And it's the last day. Okay, Miss Hunter's going to say it's too late. So you got 2.5 weeks to get your grades up and get everything ready so you can start off in high school. Like I say, all the sports are going to be wide open. You'll be able to play all the sports and activities and all those other things, but they will look at your grades to decide what to do. And as far as the uniforms, that last day, if you are not in appropriate clothes, if it's a free dress day and you do it, but you come in ripped jeans or something inappropriate, we will go ahead and we'll pull you and you'll be in another room because you won't be able to be part of the water day, okay? We're also going to be doing the promotion video in here, so everybody will get to watch a promotion video together, and then we will go ahead and we will do we're having a barbecue, so you'll be able to have some barbecue food for you, some hamburgers, hot dogs, and chips and things. So we're going to have a lot of fun that last day and then the water day. But if you're not in appropriate behavior or appropriate uniforms that day or appropriate free dress clothes, you will not be allowed to be in there. There will be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We will just go ahead and pull you because there's going to be 1 or 2 people who want to push it, and those people, we're not going to keep the other people from having fun. We want all of you to have a good time, all of you to have fun. So those people will be removed. Also, in the next 12 days, as Mr. Gross said about the B to 3, we're going to expect you to follow those rules. As far as the uniforms, we're going to expect you to follow the uniforms, and it will be up to administration, myself, Mr. Howe, Ms. Molina, to decide. If you're not following those rules in the next 12 days, you won't be able to be part of that either. And I don't want to see anybody miss out because it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, we're going to do a lot of water things. I think the student council ordered 2,500 water balloons. Okay, so there's a lot of fun and other activities going to be out there. So make sure that we do this. You guys are setting the example for the rest of the school. Okay, leave on a good positive note. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit more. I'm going to turn over to Ms. Molina, and she's going to talk a little bit about those end of the year and a few other things.
Thank you, Mr. Belisario. Buenos días, good morning. A couple other things they mentioned a lot of, but I would like to summarize. First of all, attendance is very important. So for the next 12 days, we want you to come to school daily. We want to see your faces. We get to see you only 12 more days. So please come to school daily and make sure that you're accounted for. The same goes for the students who are remote. We need to make sure that you guys are answering the call from all the teachers and making sure that your grades are what they need to be for the end of the school year. B the 3, Mr. Gross summarized it beautifully. Responsible, reliable, respectful. They are very, very important things, and he provided examples on how to accomplish that. Dress code, also, Mr. Howe went to dress code, and we need to make sure that you guys are following that. End of the year celebration. You guys need to understand this is the only middle school who are celebrating promotion, who are celebrating the last couple of days of school. We are the only one that are allowing you guys to have fun at least on one of those days. And with that, the promise comes that we are responsible, respectful, and reliable, right? So we say, yes, Love First students can do this. So we need to make sure that you follow those simple rules to ensure that the end of the year celebration is a success. You need to make sure that you're ready that day, that you're going to donate your uniforms, then you have a free dress, we're going to collect those uniforms, then you go outside, and you're going to be having a lot of fun after we watch the virtual video promotion. So we're gonna do it here, we're going to celebrate together. It's going to be a very, very unique opportunity for you guys to watch that video together. So just think about it. It's going to be a memory that you guys are going to treasure forever. One more thing, computers. We need to make sure that you guys are ready to bring back your computers. The last day of school is Wednesday. It's a remote day. So So you guys need to make sure that that day you check with all the teachers, all your assignments are in, you know what your final grade is, and you're ready to go. On Thursday, you need to make arrangements with your parents to come and return those computers. On Thursday, when you turn on your computer, you're going to see that it is not working anymore because you need to return it. Your parents sign a compact that it says they are responsible for that computer. And if you don't return it on Thursday, then we need to file a police report if we don't get to see it. So you need to make arrangement with your parents. Let's say Thursday would not work out. Then on Friday, we'll be waiting for you. So Thursday or Friday, those are the 2 days for you guys to return those computers. And you need to make sure you put it on your calendar, that it give you a notification that you have the last duty to comply before you move on to high school. So we need to make sure that those computers are in. And last but not least, I want to remind you that attending the end of the year celebration is a privilege. It's not a right. And those that are in social studies 8th grade, you know the difference between both terms. So do not do something that is going to prevent you from having a great experience on that Tuesday. If you do anything that require any administrator to solve the problem or to attend to, because you do something that is not appropriate, or we're asking that you practice to be the 3, that you follow the rules. If we need to intervene, that privilege is going to be removed. And we don't want to do that. We want to make sure that you guys get to enjoy that day with your friends and you get to watch that video promotion all together. So you guys create that memory that is going to last a lifetime. All right? So are we ready to do this? Yes? Are we ready for that Tuesday? Looking forward to? Yes? Are we ready? One more time. Are we ready, 8th graders? Yes? Okay, Rattlers. And we have Mr. Belisario for the last word.
All right, so you guys heard it. You know what the expectations are. And as Ms. Molina said, I meet every Friday with the principals of the other middle schools. None of the other middle schools are doing anything like this. Okay, one of them is going to have a drive-by where people drive and they wave at them. That's the extent of the fun things they're doing for the end of the year. So you guys are very fortunate that we're going to be doing something like this because nobody else is doing it. So enjoy it. Enjoy your last 2.5 weeks of 8th grade before you head on to high school, but know that we need to maintain things and you guys know what you need to do. So again, as Ms. Molina said, if we have to get involved, then we're going to have to pull you from that water day, and we don't want to do that. We want to have a lot of fun, okay? So please make sure that you follow the rules. Please make sure that tomorrow we're going to be checking uniforms, make sure people are in uniforms, not in jeans, okay? That they're in uniform all the way for the next 2.5 weeks. That's a real short amount of time, but we're going to have a lot of fun. And again, you're the only school. So you guys can do it. Let's finish strong. Let's finish well. Okay? Be the Rattlers and be the 3. All right. Thank you very much. If you have questions, let us know later on or talk to us at lunch or so on. We'll be more than happy to do that. But right now, I want you to get ready to go back to class. I want you to do your best. Okay? All right. Thank you very much.